Capricorns, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for February 1st through the 7th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Capricorn, so a lot going on this week astrologically, but it is broken down into two halves. So in communicating this, I'm going to go ahead and break everything down one by one. Coming off of last week, we still have Mercury squaring up to Uranus these first couple days. So it is about integration. I think there's a lot of things that have shifted and changed with you on a very deep level, maybe with your unconscious, your psyche, which has been Mercury retrograde in your 12th. Maybe things have been changing so you can get some more alone time, have more faith and trust along the life journey, and these kinds of things, which I think are now starting to move forward for you. And you're feeling probably a lot freer as a result of that. So that's quite good. But these first couple of days, just integrating it, taking it nice and slow. And if you are feeling like breaking free with maybe some of the things that you're involved with on a daily level, maybe with the way you communicate, with your mind, with the way you see things, if you're feeling that Uranus in the third house, kind of erratic energy, just taking it nice and slow, and maybe even seeing where you can, write and really conceptualize a lot of these deeper things that might be taking place behind the scenes. All right, so for a lot of you, it'll probably be on that unconscious level, but for some of you, you might literally be doing spiritual things. You might literally be doing behind the scenes activities. So integrating that nice and slowly this week. Now, around Wednesday, this is where the aspects become a little lighter. In fact, quite nice this week. We've got Mars sextiling up to Pluto. So there are opportunities coming in, and I think the opportunity is to cultivate your career. I think there's a lot of motivation for you to put energy into your career, your public life, anything productive with Mars in that 10th. And I think it can be an excellent week for that, especially since Pluto is going to be sextiling it. So from all this transformation, it's almost supporting you to put energy into that area. So that's the work week. Things will shift a little bit over the weekend with that, but definitely around Wednesday. Now, also with that, we've got the sun sextiling up to your ruler Saturn. So you guys could be feeling quite expressive this week, which is quite good. And this is the sun in your first house. So all of you should have this insight, this focus in regards to what, where you want to see yourself in 6 months, where you want to put in energy, what are your goals, who are you, these kinds of things that are important to you. And putting energy into that can be very inspiring, can be very motivating in that sense. So a great week for that stuff. It's all about taking it nice and slow with Saturn in that 11th. But I think you'll just naturally want to. I think you have more of that patient approach, especially with any types of hopes, wishes, or ideals that you're actualizing right now at the moment, or anything involving groups, organizations, or friends. Happy birthday, by the way, to all of you who have your sun sign birthday this week. So that's pretty much the work week. We've also got Mercury sextiling up to Chiron on a minor note. So there is healing taking place behind the scenes with the deeper aspects of life, with your spirituality, which is quite good. And that's, again, just more positive energy to this middle part of the week. Now, as we go into the weekend, things shift. We've got, well, they're still very similar though, because of all this 12th house activity. But there are changes happening, and not nearly as intense as they have been. Definitely not, I don't think, because Venus is a benefic. It's much lighter in nature. But there are continuous changes happening with, I think, your spiritual values, the things that matter to you on that spiritual level. What really matters, what's really meaningful to you. So being open to change over the weekend, again, with your psyche, with your spirituality, with your outlook on life on that soul level. But nonetheless, it can be an excellent weekend for enjoying those spiritual things, whether it's meditation, whether it's yoga, exercises, whatever it is, can be quite easygoing. And I think just being open to that, being open to change too with that, can be very supportive. Now, there's also change over the weekend in regards to your self-expression and your career, since Venus rules your 5th and your 10th. So that could be good. Again, new beginnings with these areas, as they often transform once a year with Venus over Pluto. Now, of course, she'll be squaring up to Uranus from this position. So if you are feeling that erratic energy, maybe to communicate, or erratic with the communication or whatever, it's about seeing where you can have freedom, where you can have more faith and trust. That's Uranus in Pisces and all this 12th house activity, which can be very relaxing as a result. But if you do feel that wanting to break free, wanting to do some sudden things, say some sudden things, perhaps taking it nice and slow and integrating it again in that more spiritual way. Now, with that, the sun will be squaring up to Mars. So on the level of you guys asserting yourself and I think pursuing your goals in life with the sun here, being patient over the weekend with that. There could be some frustrations or something. It's not a major thing, I don't think, for a lot of you. But if you are feeling that, just being patient, and anything on that career level, taking that nice and slow as well. What's nice about that, though, is that Uranus will be sextiling up to that sun. So you could be feeling quite expressive and quite deep. You know, when the sun goes in your first house, you guys just have a much more deeper, raw sense of your personality, which can be an excellent weekend for as well. Now, topping off the weekend, and the whole week for that matter, Mercury will be trining up to Jupiter and the North Node for the last and final time. So there's been a lot of insight, like I was saying, about that spiritual side of you. So whether it's conscious or unconscious, whatever it is, it's directly supporting this new life path. And this new life path is for you to cultivate what really matters, what's really meaningful, which is this 8th house, how you can have healthy codependency with others, have that vulnerability with others, but primarily with yourself, and all of that's very positive with Jupiter here. And there's a lot of support for you for these next 2 years to really cultivate what matters to you in life. All right, Capricorn, so have a great week. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you all next time.